Good afternoon, I'm Raylene Ramsey. This is your afternoon news fix for Monday, the 17th of February. The Principals Federation says it's surprised by Education Minister Erica Stanford saying rollout of new literacy and maths curricula is going magnificently well. The Federation says its concerned resources are only arriving for students at their year level without catering for children at different learning stages. President Leanne Otene says it's a little premature to call it a success in week 4.
Parents will think that all their children will be instant experts and that this government has provided the silver bullet. There are no silver bullets.
Ideologically blinkered, historically ignorant and administratively blunt. That's Terunanga Unaitahu's view of the Treaty Principles Bill. The iwi that hosted Prime Minister Chris Luxon on Waitangi Day is submitting to Parliament's Justice Select Committee today. Kai whakahaere Justin Tipa, says the bill represents an old and tired game he thought had been consigned to history.
This bill is nothing more than an attempt to antagonise and exploit the tyranny of the majority. That is the worst kind of politics, and this bill would make the worst kind of law.
UK Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer says he'd put British troops into Ukraine to help guarantee a peace deal. The US and Russian presidents are holding talks on the war with no other nations, and an emergency EU summit begins in Paris tonight. Starmer says lasting peace is essential to deterring future aggression by Vladimir Putin. And while aware of the danger to his troops, he'll do what it takes to guarantee Ukrainian security. Any deployment would likely put EU troops at the Ukraine-Russia border. An Auckland man has been sentenced to community detention over scamming COVID relief money. Vaibhav Kaushik applied for a small business cash flow loan in 2020 in the name of a person who left New Zealand years earlier. Reid Etherington has more.
Vaibhav Kaushik used a similar process in another man's name who'd left New Zealand in 2017. Inland Revenue says he was paid almost $24,000, spending it on personal items and gambling. Kaushik's been ordered to repay the entire loan by April.
An icon of New Zealand's rainbow community says disruption of Pride events in Auckland over the weekend comes down to fear of the unknown. Destiny Church-linked groups aggressively interrupted a children's science event hosted by a drag king at a city library and then pushed into the Pride Parade in Ponsonby. Dame Jules Top of Top Twins fame says social media is driving a lot of misinformation. She says drag is hardly new.
Drag has been around forever. It was accepted as part of a very important historical part of New Zealand's entertainment.
To sport, William Byron has won the 67th edition of the Daytona 500 in the NASCAR Cup Series. Byron jumped from 9th to 1st after a crash broke out on the final lap. Roger Tuivasa-Sheck has revealed he's known since Christmas he'd be shifting from the centres to the wing for the Warriors in the NRL. Ludwig Åberg has won the latest US PGA Tour golf event, at the Torrey Pines South Course in California. The Swede has finished on 12 under par after a 6 under final round. And that is your latest news fix. We'll be back with the next update tomorrow morning from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.